SEGRO is Europe's leading developer and investor of modern logistics space. We invest across multiple countries in the UK and continental Europe, and we're delighted to be investing here in Brent. We saw the opportunity here in Brent to create London's first net zero refurbishments. We were trying to address the needs of the climate, we're trying to address the needs of our customers in terms of well-being, and creating a fantastic place for their staff, visitors to use and enjoy. There's a number of features we've looked at in order to try and help address the climate challenge we all face. The first one was the installation of photovoltaic cells on the roof of the building. Secondly, we invested in lots of wellness features to improve the look and feel of the building, such as the living wall that improves air quality and helps the overall kind of ambience of the space. And thirdly, we installed electric vehicle charging points. A lot of our customers are looking to decarbonise their fleets as much as possible. So thirdly, installing charging points to help them on that journey is really important to us. Another feature of the building, we chose to capture rainwater from the roof of the building such that we could recycle it and use it primarily washing the toilets or using it in the facilities of the building. That's just a great way, a circular way of trying to be green as possible. So the final feature of this building is a pocket park. So that's an area where our customers can go to during lunchtime to provide a bit of amenity. So we've created a small oasis at the rear of the building where we've installed a selection of flora and fauna to try and create a place for staff to basically kind of recharge the batteries. And it's open for the building to use at any time. In terms of the business case, it's compelling. To go zero carbon provides benefits to the end occupier in terms of reducing the energy consumption and therefore cost of the building. As a long-term investor and developer of space, it brings benefits for better buildings, greener buildings, provide a better return over the longer term. And I think lastly, of course, the business case can't be measured, but anything that helps to address the climate challenge, the climate emergency that we've got has got to be a good thing. Tackling climate change is a priority for shareholders in any business, in any sector. I think shareholders acknowledge there's responsibility to invest responsibly and would prefer to invest in companies who are serious about reducing their carbon impact and supporting all the efforts to improve our environment in its broadest possible sense. I think shareholders and investors in companies are really bought into this idea and this journey. I think for other businesses and organisations, the encouragement from SEGRO would be to seize the opportunity, whether it's the installation of photovoltaic cells or electric charging points or improving the amenity and wellness of the building. I think there's numerous opportunities working with partners such as Brent and other stakeholders to do stuff for your business. I think by coming together and acting together, you can get a much bigger impact.
This SEGRO warehouse is a great example of how industrial spaces can be retrofitted to help us reach carbon neutrality, and it's really exciting that it's going to be London's first industrial unit to be done so like this. Buildings use a huge amount of energy which produces greenhouse gases, and it's hugely important for buildings like this to be retrofitted so they help us towards becoming carbon neutral and tackle the climate emergency. In Brent, commercial and industrial units account for 35% of the borough's total carbon emissions. Other businesses in Brent and London can learn a lot from SEGRO in retrofitting their buildings. Not only will it help support our climate emergency and become carbon neutral, it will help you reduce your operational costs and lower energy bills. It will help you gain a great reputation with your consumers in terms of being a business that supports carbon neutrality, but also comply with emerging legislation and law that will push towards more of a green, sustainable environment. In July 2019, Brent Council declared a climate emergency, and since then we've been working on producing a strategy that will help support our climate emergency work. We've been working with communities and businesses to produce this strategy, and now we're putting it into action. We cannot lose sight of the fact that we as individuals and businesses need to contribute to support the climate emergency. And also, post-COVID, we need to make sure that this recovery is also a green and sustainable one. Going green can not only help support our carbon neutrality, but can also reduce your costs and improve business performance. It's a brilliant business case for us to go green.